make no mistake about it, what happened in that residence was nothing short of a massacre. Those children were hunted down and killed after the woman was killed.
Man, what's up, Uncut family? Yeah, we back with another one. But yeah, here's a story about a man in Yukon, Oklahoma who let an argument with his wife get to him. Get to him, and that's putting it lightly. But if you're from Oklahoma or know anybody from Oklahoma, then you know about domestic violence in Oklahoma. And this seems to be another one of those sad cases of domestic violence. But this time, took way out of hand, shaking up a whole community and leaving one without a family. We're gonna get straight to it, but first make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. It helps the channel grow and it helps us get these stories out. But yeah, let's get to it.
We have new information about the breaking news yesterday involving 5 people in OKC. Now, police have released the names of the victims here. They're Lindsay Candy, Dylan Candy, Ethan Candy, Lucas Candy, and Jonathan Candy. Investigators believed the suspect, Jonathan Candy, armed himself with a gun and killed the 4 victims before turning the gun on himself. Now, a 4th child was unharmed and released to a family member at the scene. The cause has not been identified.
At 9:35 a.m., Oklahoma City Police received a call from a child stating that 5 people were dead inside a home. Responding officers went inside the residence where they found the bodies of Lindsay, Lucas, Ethan, Dylan, and Jonathan Candy, deceased. All 5 had been shot to death. Police say Jonathan Candy and his wife Lindsay had an argument in which he shot her and then turned to his 3 sons, gunning them down in cold blood. Candy's 10-year-old son was also home at the time, but was sleeping. Waking up to fire alarms, the youngest child woke up to a scene of horror, finding his mom and the deceased brothers laying in a pool of blood. Later, finding his dad deceased with a gun laying on top of his chest. Multiple guns were collected from the home, including a rifle, handguns, and a shotgun. Evidence showed that some of these guns had recently been used.
Him and his kids seemed like they always got along. He just was just a family man.
Neighbors tell me Tuesday they're shocked and puzzled by a mass murder on their street. That a neighborhood massacre on Monday where Jonathan Candy killed his wife and 3 of his kids before turning the gun on himself leaves them wondering what went wrong.
I never expected this.
Police revealed Tuesday it all started when Jonathan Candy got in a fight with his wife Lindsay and shot her multiple times. He then went through the rest of the house, killing 3 of his 4 sons, Dylan, Ethan, and Lucas.
We were just in total shock. Yeah. The kids were real friendly. Everybody here loved the kids. Swam here at his house regularly. They played with my dog.
Michael Bertram lives just across the street and says he was friends with Jonathan. Michael says Jonathan had told him he suffered from depression.
If somebody needed something and he had a shop in the back, I needed something welded one day, called him up. He says, yeah, I'll do it for you. That's the kind of person he was.
Jonathan worked as a part-time employee for the Oklahoma City Thunder, and friends and neighbors tell us he was at the playoff game Sunday night just hours before opening fire. Another family on the street said they didn't want to go on camera, but said their kids were close with the Candy family and are obviously taking the loss hard. The entire neighborhood left stunned.
I just questioned everything, something was going on behind scenes that no one knew.
Friends and teammates of the family shared their condolences, saying that they never thought John would do something like this, and that he was well-liked throughout the local community of Mustang in Yukon, Oklahoma, where his children used to attend school.
At this point, I just wish the nightmare would be over. I wish it was all a bad dream, and that we would wake up and that they would still be here.
A nightmare no one saw coming. Police say Jonathan Candy shot and killed his wife, Lindsay, after a fight. The husband and father then hunted down and killed 3 of their 4 children, 18-year-old Dylan, 14-year-old Ethan, and 12-year-old Lucas at their home near Southwest 29th and Check Hall Road. Friend Rhonda Armstrong recalls her first moments after seeing the news.
I had to see it for myself. I kept asking Cooper to please snap and text Ethan, and has he seen Ethan today? Has he talked to him? And I was calling Lindsay, and I was messaging Dylan, and nobody would respond.
Here are pictures Armstrong shared showing Ethan, her son's best friend. Friends say the boy was funny, goofy, and an outstanding team player.
They were your all-American family. This is something, I could live 100,000 lifetimes and never expect this out of that.
I could have never imagined that ever in my whole entire life, And I'm still in shock
Teammates of Ethan's from the Wolfpack and the Misfits banding together as these teens deal with unimaginable pain.
Make no mistake about it, what happened in that residence was nothing short of a massacre. Those children were hunted down and killed after the woman was killed.
5 family members now dead. Police say Jonathan Candy shot his wife Lindsay and 3 of their 4 children.
He shot her multiple times, killing her. At that point, he systematically went through the home, shooting and killing their children.
The sole survivor, their 10-year-old son. His call to 911 alerting authorities. When he woke up, he found his parents and brother dead, and blood was everywhere.
The child was placed with relatives to take care of him.
It is not clear why the boy was spared. Court papers revealing the child found a gun on top of his dad and that he had no clue what happened, but mentioned the fire alarm went off in the middle of the night. Among the items collected from the home by investigators, several guns, including rifles, handguns, and a shotgun. There was evidence some had been recently fired. Also noted, police found a glass pipe with a burnt leafy residue. Now, just over a week later, the home is blocked with a wooden fence and a sign in front.
Well, there you have it. A very sad case. Condolences to the youngest son that made it out. Hopefully he can somehow put this behind him and live the life he deserves. Thank you guys for tuning in. We will be back. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. It helps us get these stories out. ENT Uncut. Over and we out.
Hi, my name is Dylan Candy, and I accept Owen Cook's Ice Bucket Challenge. I challenge my Aunt Shannon Remorowski in the Ice Bucket Challenge. You have 24 hours to accept the challenge. I can't do it.